Hello, I'm Frost and welcome to part 4. This is now the final part of my Amazon in-depth series for the turn-based strategy game Age of Wonders Planetfall. So before we begin episode 4, this little section right here I filmed at the end because one of the things that I saw was that with the Doomsday weapon I won so decisively it was unfair. It was a complete obliteration of the enemy. So what I will say is if you're watching this video and you feel that you would like to see an alternative ending where instead of launching the Doomsday weapon I just go all out and attack everybody, please say so in the comments and I will do an alternative ending. So now I will leave you with episode 4 where I win without any conditions, absolutely, totally and overwhelmingly. Enjoy. Alright, so as usual we're going to do a quick recap. We're at turn 79 and I have just defeated Zana, who was the Dvar to the southeast of me, and I managed to acquire 3 of her colonies in that fight. So we got Gusivarak, Nowendel and Wassendin. She did ask to become a vassal, but I refused, and we ended up with 1 independent colony over here in Kadroth. And then my biggest concern is Adam. As you can see, Adam has got a lot of territories as he beat T1. And then my other enemies are, I think it's S96. Let me check. Yeah, S96. Niall says it's 596, but no, that is definitely an S. That's S96. And so S96 is down here. I've got Nicole up here on the left-hand side, who's Vanguard. And then there's me. And where I'm at is I'm going to launch my Doomsday weapon. So as you can see, I already have 1 spire in place. If I zoom out, you'll see better if I go to military. There we go. So I've got 1 spire here, Spire of Suffering. I need 3 in order to launch my Doomsday weapon. And I'm building 1 other one in Fusurial and 1 in the Lavanduil colony. So that will appear in Nimbus Grove for Lavanduil and appear in Boomerang Flats for Fusurial. And the idea is that everything is then within 1 move for all of my armies. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to move all my armies from Adamwin up to Fusurial. So I'm in a position to defend, and in 3 turns time I will then be able to hopefully launch my weapon. Now my main focus now is 2 things. It's to get loads of energy. As you see, I've got 1200 energy at the moment and I've got 289 coming in, but I need 500 energy to launch the Doomsday weapon, and then I'm going to be using my gravity flux, which I got as a bonus for one of the sites, which impedes movement of enemies through my colonies, and I need to put that in as many places as possible. And as you can see, that uses 10 energy every turn as well. So that's going to be at least 50 to 60 energy going out every turn as I move on. So I've got to be aware of that as well. Then also I may need to just strengthen up these colonies a little bit more. So for example, Wassendin down here, we need to make sure that we're building at least the standard military infrastructure, as I want to slow down as much as possible. The other thing as well is you'll see I've got lots of influence, and what I will probably do is I will make a couple of strikes, and I'm going to turn all of these coastlines into forward relays, as those are kind of my weakest areas. So for example, if Nicole came across, if these are forward relays, then forward bases, then she's more likely to attack those than to attack my territories. So that's the plan. And let me just see as well, the other thing is my relationship. As you can see, I'm in alliance with Adam, so at the moment that's all fine. And then Nicole and S96, I have non-aggression pact, so I'm actually in a really good position. And if we look at my capabilities, you can see my might capability is 1 out of 4, so I've got the strongest armies of everybody right now. I've got the 2nd best development and the 2nd best unity, and my overall capability is first. So I'm really not expecting any problems with this, and I think it's just more a case of going through the motions and showing you how to launch a Doomsday weapon and how to set yourself up and protect yourself correctly. And then obviously Adam is, oh, there we go, I've got some stuff here as well, so we're going to move that to my arsenal. And I'm going to equip that Mephistis weapon, which I believe is a biological weapon. Let's have a quick look at this Mephistis. Mephitis. It is, yeah, it's a bio weapon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave her with that hunting bow. Actually, you know what? No, that's a much better weapon for you, darling. So there you go. So that's improved things no end. Okay, and I will move forward a few turns to a point where we're ready to deploy this weapon and catch up with you then. Right, so we've made it to turn 83, and I have now trained up my skill, which is called something of Oblivion, Oblivion's Refrain, which is going to allow me to launch my Doomsday weapon. On this turn as well, I now have my 3 spires, which means that I can actually launch the Doomsday weapon, which I'm going to do in a minute. And then you can see that here and now I'm just focusing on energy production mostly. I'm producing Cosmite up here because I need to produce as much Cosmite as possible for my endgame units. So I've created one Pteranodon here, mighty fine beast, and I am now training up the Arborean Queen Commune, which is the top unit for the Amazons, and I'm going to try and build 2 or 3 of those depending on how much time I have. So there you go, I've got both my Pteranodons. So I'm going to build 2 of the Arborean Queens once I've done that, and I'm going to need all the Cosmite because I want to mod them as well. Plus it takes Cosmite to build these units. So that's going to be my focus there. And then I've got a unit up, a colony up here, which right now is my main focus is research. But that will all be changed onto energy once I have the Arborean Queen. So I will just turn off all my energy, put all my people, all my research, put all my people into energy. In the meantime, as you can see, I'm still flying around with my scouts and building forward bases everywhere. If we zoom out, you can see, there we go, I've got 3 here along this coast. I've got 4 along this coast. I need to move down with this unit. There we go. I'm not going to bother with that one. I'm going to keep going because I want to go down to this border with S96. So let's see how far down we can get. There we go. Let's go a little bit further. So probably flooded down, some Perception Landings and Pork Pier. What a name. Maybe Riddle Reefed if I've got time. So that's the plan there. I expect as well that these Marauders will sort of take out my forward bases, but I'm not too bothered about that. Then the last thing is, as you can see from the glow, these are my gravity energy fluxes, which reduce the movement points of my enemies on my territories. So you can see I've got that for Governlas, I've got it for Suriel, Lowendale, I've got it over here as well for Olindale, in case Adam decides to come in. I don't think he will because he's an alliance, so I don't think he's going to go to war with me, but I don't know. I'm going to find out when I launch the Doomsday weapon. But just to be on the safe side, I'm putting that into there as well. The other thing that Adam did was share intelligence. And so I can now see all of Adam's units, which is great. So you can see they're a bit of a hodgepodge. And there's an army of 6 here. There's an army of 6 somewhere else. I saw, there we go, all the way down there. And they're too far away. I don't think he's going to be able to get them to me in time. Potentially, if he massed all his armies together and got them all across to me in time, maybe you could do something. But I really don't think he's going to be an issue. Really don't know what's happening with Nicole. But I'm not seeing many colonies there. So, you know, I haven't trained up any of my operational espionage skills. As you will see, you know, I haven't done any of these. I stopped at espionage. And I've preferred to do my operation effectiveness rather than do these so that I get the extra doctrine slot. But more importantly, I also get the operational defense, which gives me defense against other people's strategic operations. And also I get the +3 tactical operation points, which is great if I do some manual combat. So there you go. So I am pretty much set. So the last thing that is left for me to do is to launch my Doomsday weapon. So you can see 500 energy. So I'm going to start priming that. There we go. And then I think that will take a turn. Yeah, that's going to take 4 turns. So once those 4 turns are over, I will let you know and we'll launch the Doomsday weapon. Turn 87 and my Doomsday weapon is primed. There, where is it? Here we go, Oblivio Mundi, ready to go. So just before we do that, so as you can see, I'm producing up here plus 406 energy every turn. So I am really well set up to just be able to build armies as and when I need them. I've already got in the queue, here we go, there we go, 2 Arborean Queens. And you can see I've also got all my Cosmites up to plus 25 now because I've got level 3 Cosmite in my main colony. So that's going to allow me to then mod these to the max, and then hopefully I'll be able to mod up my pteranodons as well. That would be nice. Let me see. Yeah, I need to mod these units up as well. So when it comes to time to doing that, I will show you how I'm going to mod them. I've been setting up my forward bases, and everywhere else, as you can see, I am focusing on putting all my energy into energy, pardon the pun. There we go. So down here, even they've got a little lost colony here, and you can see, there we go, even that one's doing its little bit to try and produce energy for me. Then all of my colonies, I've been basically spamming all of my strategic bonuses. So for example, I had the Firestorm kill zone, so I thought, you know what, it's primed, let's use it. So I put that on Gusavarak. I then put on this one, I had the Maelstrom, which is a Heritor effect. So I'm going to put the Gravity Flux on there next. As you can see, over the next 3 turns, I've got the Gravity Flux, the kill zone, and Soul Beacon all going to be primed. So as and when they're priming, I'm just putting them on. I have loads of energy, so I can afford to basically put as much as I can on all of these colonies. In terms of research, I've got the Arborean Queen now, so really there is nothing really left for me to do on the military side except the Organism Stimulus, which allows me to put this lowering field pylon down, which allows me to drop units into as a tactical operation. And then I've got these Blood Fury Inducers, which basically give bonuses every time an enemy dies, which are great for the Arborean Queens and the Pteranodons. So in 3 turns time I'll have that, which will then tie in with my Arborean Queens being built. So I'll be using those mods on the Arborean Queens and possibly even the Pteranodons if I can afford it, because that's a lot of Cosmite. I've been ignoring the Growth faction and the Fish faction, Sci-Fish. I've been declining all their demands. If they go unhappy with me now, it's too late, because I am going to launch the Doomsday weapon. So there we go. That is launched.
War has been declared on
there
us.
you go. Nicole is not at all happy about that. Fair enough. And I've got 10 turns to survive. And to be honest, I'm not expecting anything to happen. Really, I am just too far away. But we shall find out, and I will come back to you if anything significant happens. All right, see you soon. So we're at turn 89, and we are 8 turns away from winning the game. And Adam doesn't seem to have attacked me, which is good. So that seems that he wants to be in an alliance. So he wants to be annihilated with my Doomsday weapon. So there we go. But what's really bizarre is I received a proposal from S96 who wants an alliance after I've launched my Doomsday weapon, which is, I've never seen this before. I really don't know what's going on, but I'm going to accept. That's fine. You can all die under my my Doomsday weapon. That's fine. You can all sit back and just watch it all happen. So that's that really. Not much else to report. I've built my first Arborean Queen, who's right there, and another one's going to be built soon. I've got 124 Cosmite. So once the other one is built, which is in 2 turns time, I will put those mods on, although I don't think I'm going to need them, because literally the only person who's declared war on me is Nicole, and she's nowhere to be seen. So there's a bit of a damn squib on this one, I'm afraid, but we'll go ahead and see what happens. Have I got another Gravity Flux? No, it's constant doing on the next turn. There we go. I can use my Soul Beacon. Let's put that down somewhere as well. Where haven't I put that yet? That's got all 3. There we go. We can pop that one here. Oops,
Operations
not wrong one.
primed and
Let's
ready.
press the right button. Focus. Where's my Soul Beacon? I could have sworn that was ready. Firestorm Missile. There we go. So let's have that one. Let's pop that one right on here. Oh, there's my Soul Beacon. Right, launch. There we go. You know what? You can have a Soul Beacon as well. As Nicole's up the top there, so Soul Beacon, there we go. No, that's already got a Soul Beacon. There we go. All right, so and I've trained up Organism Stimulus, which I will use to get that mod to put onto my top end units. All right, so let's take it from there. Made it to turn 91. I am armed to the teeth, and it looks like no one is going to object to me launching my Doomsday weapon. So Adam has got all his armies split off everywhere, doing something. Same with S96, just wandering around doing nothing. No sign of Nicole. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just prepare my Arborean Queens, just so I can at least show you the mods that I was going to put on there. I mean, I am properly set up for battle this time, but no battle to be had. So, Arborean Queen, first thing to do is get the regen bioregulator, which grants +10 on vitality and then does healing as well. So there we go, so 105 on that. Then for the top one, we are going to use the Blood Fury Inducers, which gives +15 vitality and also does bonus to damage, and which stacks when enemies die. So that goes on there. And then we'll have Crushing Roots, which is an enhanced Crushing Roots, which is what we're going to get on the Arborean Sentinel. But you get that as an improved version, which does extra healing, gives it extra armor, and does 20% damage. So overall, this is just a killer machine, and you can see it takes 53 Cosmite to do that, 106 total, because I've got 2 of them, so we're going to mod those units, and we're going to confirm that. And then my Pteranodons, what I would do is the same thing. I would do the Regenerative Bioregulator, and then I would do the Shield Breaker module, which if I was fighting the Vanguard, they use shields. It's ideal for that because it basically disables 2 shields per hit and does 20% damage bonus. And then I would use my Hard Light module, which then gives another 20% bonus and also does stagger. So we pop that on, and see now I need 72. I can mod one of the units, so we'll do that. And then that is it, and then they would be sorted for the next turn. So basically 6 turns. I will meet you probably in 6 turns time, because I don't think anything is going to happen, but we shall see. Okay, so we've made it to turn 96. We are 1 turn away from victory, and if I zoom out, you can see there is absolutely nobody anywhere near to me. So this is a whitewash, and a little bit disappointed, to be honest. So this is what I'm going to suggest, is if you think I should go back from turn 79, so just as starting episode 4, and instead of launching my Doomsday weapon, I just go and attack everybody, then let me know in the comments, and I will do a bonus video where I do an alternative ending. I think that's going to be the best option, because there we go. Yeah, so let's just end the turn there, because I think personally that would make for more exciting video, especially with the Amazons. They do seem rather OP. I have managed to establish a commanding lead, and there we go, I've won. So if we look at the graph, there you can see, so you can see on the graph down the bottom here, kind of just how far up and ahead I got in the game. So sort of by the time I got to about turn, let's see what turn that was. Can I go back? Let's see how far back I can go. I just want to see when I kind of went above the curve. Yeah, so it was probably about, yeah, turn 50. So by turn 50, and I think that's when I kind of got all my colonies in place. That's kind of when I just started just going well ahead of everybody else. And I think, you know, we should see. So if you want, I'll go back to turn 79, do a bonus, make a note in the comments, and we'll take it from there. And I will do a bonus video if you ask for it. Anyway, thank you for getting this far. If you like what I do, then if you like this video, please give it a like. You can also dislike, but no dislike because I won so easily, all right? That wouldn't be fair. And please subscribe if you want to be notified of my new videos, and hit the bell icon if you want to get a little notification in your mailbox that I've got a new release. Thank you for watching. See you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.